Butt slapping. You see it in sports so much that you probably don't even realize how strange of an action it is in any other context of life. It's so ingrained in sports culture that likely most of the athletes that participate in the action have never thought about it or thought about any underlying implications the act may bring. There are many explanations across the internet, but I don't think any of them have probed far enough into the subject, if you know what I mean. So let's get into it.
Hey, come on, good game, slap ass, man.
The earliest written reference to butt pats in a sports context was a Philadelphia Inquirer article on October 19th, 1973. It identified Penn State football defensive players as outliers for not slapping each other's butts during the game, because apparently that's what defenders in college football do. There are other references from the 1970s that mention butt slapping being seen in basketball and wrestling. Philadelphia Eagles QB Ron Jaworski was also known as a prominent ass slapper during his career from 1974 to 1986. It's not exactly known when ass slapping became a part of sports culture, but it likely came from baseball because that's what it's most closely associated with. Typically, after a baseball player hits a home run, they jog along the base paths, and as they pass a third base coach at third, they usually get a pat on the butt. In this case, the gesture is used to congratulate the base runner for hitting a home run without distracting them. However, cheek slaps aren't only used to congratulate. There are other purposes too.
Hey, good game, get slap ass. Yeah, Dad.
There are several different reasons an athlete might slap another person's butt, and it heavily depends on the context of the situation and the relationship between the slapper and the slappee. After doing something positive for the team, a player might get a butt pat from a coach or a teammate, which is them saying, "Nice job." If the athlete gets a butt pat after doing something negative, they're being told, "It's okay, you'll do better next time," as the butt pat can be used as motivation when not performing up to standards. If a familiar coach or player is seeing an athlete for the first time that day, it could be at the start of a practice or after a game, and they pat his butt, its meaning is, "Hey, how are you?" Then there's the rare occasion when two teammates are really close friends and one of them randomly hits the other's ass super hard. It means, "Damn, your cheeks are looking nice today." Now there are alternative ways of delivering these messages, but in sports, the butt pat is the most efficient. Some athletes think of high fives and fist bumps to be a little outdated or too formal. Handshakes technically work, but they require eye contact and take too much time, so the butt pat is often used. The move also has variations such as a shoulder or back pat, but close teammates hit that ass. Other times, when a player pats a game official on the butt, they're trying to sarcastically communicate disapproval of a call. When opponents exchange butt pats during a game, it is seen as a sign of respect. So now that you know the reasoning of butt pats in sports, we can answer that question in the back of your mind. Butt slapping. Is it gay?
Yes, man, good game, slap ass.
As you learned, the gesture is now deeply ingrained in sports culture, but it's specifically a part of male team sports like basketball, American football, and baseball. It's not often seen in individual men's sports like golf, and women don't really slap each other's asses in a sports context. Male athletes give and receive butt slaps and think nothing of it. Maybe it's because these male team sports are so masculine that they transcend homosexuality. Team sports are a unique thing for males because normal gender rules don't apply. In everyday life, men are looked down upon for expressing negative emotions that aren't anger. But in sports, it is completely socially acceptable to cry after a win or a loss. The same idea applies to touching another man's ass. It's not considered gay when it's done on the field or in the locker room. In fact, it falls under the larger category of straight bro behavior known as homosociality, which is straight men engaging in a homoerotic manner as a way of bonding and forging relationships. Athletic culture tends to encourage pranking and messing with each other, so it only makes sense that butt slapping is included and normalized. Not only is it normalized, but ass slapping could be helping athletes perform.
Hey, who's next? Hey, Garcia, come on, man, get you some. Come on, let's get some slap ass over here. No!
Like mentioned before, a butt slap can be used as motivation when someone isn't performing to their usual standard. It brings encouragement and hope to athletes. In fact, a Yale study suggests that physical touch between teammates increases individual and group performance. It promotes cooperation between people, communicates distinct emotions, soothes in times of stress, and establishes trust. The study showed that the more affectionate teams were usually the most efficient and better performing compared to less affectionate teams. Granted, this can be any type of touch like high-fiving, but ass pats count. However, not any type of butt pat is socially acceptable in sports. There is proper etiquette.
Good game, Slapper.
Butt slaps can be overdone and should be used sparingly because you don't want to be that guy. There's no cupping or squeezing of the butt cheek, and the pat should be quick and painless. Spanking is also frowned upon. In 2011, an Iranian soccer player gave one of his teammates a squeeze during a goal celebration. This became a national news story, called an immoral offense, and the player was suspended and given a $40,000 fine. It's also frowned upon to slap other guys' butts in other social settings. Back in 2013, NFL wide receiver Chad Johnson was in court for violating probation and slapped his attorney on the butt during the session. The judge took it way too seriously and as a result sentenced him to 30 days in jail for not taking the situation seriously and making the courtroom laugh. So now you know way too much about butt slaps in sports. Is this useful information? I don't know. Regardless, like this video and comment your thoughts on what you just watched. Thanks.